Hi, this is a response to your video, and it's interesting that you say there's no news. I don't know what the situation is with large sort of international news, but certainly it has been shown on a Californian TV channel, and I know that there's Hawaii and Honolulu TV channel has covered this. It's also been featured in a number of British newspapers. The Guardian had a feature on it, Daily Mail. There's a Greek newspaper, Cyprus newspaper, an Australian newspaper, Forbes magazine had a feature on it. These are mostly web related, so one assumes that it might make it into the actual the mainstream press. I think sometimes these things take a little while to get in the press, but I think what you will see is when the story reaches its conclusion and something has actually been said, which is to either exonerate the officer or to convict him on some level of what he did. Then the story will make big news, especially if he did actually do it. It may not make such big news and may be ignored if it's said that he didn't do it, but if he did do it, then you're definitely going to hear about it in all the press, then I would imagine. And I'm not sure I agree with you on the point of that it's an important enough story to take its place alongside some of the election material that's going on. Of course, it is a story, but it is a small story in terms of what the media would consider importance. And the only way that they would take it more seriously is if more people write into them and more people show that they're angry. So it's down to sort of people to contact the media and let them know how they feel about this. I certainly wrote to a number of media sources, and I'm sure other people did as well. That brings me to my next point, which is why people actually found this video so disturbing, because it obviously has a military man in it, and you would imagine, or you think, that military people would behave in a better manner, and that's obviously disturbing to think, well, maybe this man has done other bad things, or maybe he doesn't value human life in the same way as he doesn't value the life of the puppy. But this is my take on why I think people are kind of interested by this video as well. I think it's a very short video, and you're dropped in right at the middle of something that you don't quite understand what's going on. And when he throws the puppy and the puppy hits the ground, you don't know if the puppy's dead. And the big question which I was asking myself after watching this video was, well, if the puppy didn't die, what did the soldier do? If the puppy was there on the ground crying in pain, did they then go and put it out of its misery, which would be a more humane thing to do than to leave it? But considering somebody can throw a puppy through the air and let it hit the ground, my concern, and I think maybe other people have thought the same, is that maybe the soldier was callous enough to just walk away and leave the puppy. And so really my feeling is that he is a psychopath. Probably he's got psychopathic tendencies. Whether or not this will be a permanent thing, I think he's going to have psychiatric evaluation after this, because they'll be asking questions of why somebody would want to do this, and I would imagine that the military would question that if it was a real video and if it's proven that way. But in a strange way, I'm kind of, there's a lot of other bad things going on in the world as well, and hunting. You get hunters who will go with guns and go to shoot animals just for the game sport of it. They're not always interested in the meat. They're not interested in the hide. They might be interested in a trophy of horns or something. But a lot of the time, hunters will hunt, and animals will be only partially injured and may have to sort of crawl away or run away, and may die much later on. And I mean, people who want to do this to animals, I think they're psychopaths. But hunting isn't banned, and especially in America, you know, people really like to hunt. They think it's good. In the UK, I think there's more of a sort of a lot of people frown upon it so much that it's kind of getting pushed to the side now, and we've had a fox hunting ban, but you know, you still get people going out hunting badgers and trapping rabbits with snares and things like this. Very painful methods of doing things. So I mean, I think, you know, the type of behavior in lack of care for the injury of animals and the suffering and torture of animals is something that is actually quite commonplace. And I think really what upsets people is the fact that it's a soldier who's supposed to be in a position of trust, and I think that it asks questions of like, well, what is really going on here? And that's what incenses people, because it's just left as a blank. So I'll pass that back over to you.